My mama always wanted me to be a CEO of a corporate firm, but I still turn as a CEO and living the same lifestyle she wanted me to live. Hello everyone, happy evening. My name is Mehul Jain and I'm a real estate developer and I've completed my masters from Queen Mary University, London, and I'm one-on-one participant at IICS. So today I'm gonna be talking about how to lead your life like a CEO, inspired by the book Diary of a CEO, and this is part 1 of this. Guys, before I will be coming up to any laws, I will be talking about the pillars. So the first pillar is about self. This pillar is about you. It's about your self-discipline, self-awareness, self-esteem and self-control. This self is difficult to master, but if you master it, you master the entire world. So who want to master this pillar? Please raise your hands. Good. So you need to listen to this carefully. First law, which falls under the pillar self, is to fill your 5 buckets in right order. Guys, what if I tell you before you start your professional journey, you need to have these 5 buckets filled in a right order. So now, what these 5 buckets are? Before you start any professional journey or when you start your professional journey, it starts with what you know. That is your knowledge. Through knowledge, you develop your skills. That is what you can do. After that, when you have filled these 2 buckets, you get to know people. That is who you know. That's your 3rd bucket. After that, you get access to their resources. That is the 4th bucket. What are your resources? Your network, your colleagues, your seniors, your boss. That's your network. And lastly, the last bucket you fill is your 5th bucket. That is what the world thinks about you, your reputation. That's the 5 buckets. Now guys, life is funny and unforgiving in many different ways. But any earthquake can shake any last 3 buckets. But the 2 buckets which are unshaken and will be always with you are your knowledge and skills. Guys, I want to give you a powerful quote for this. And that is, those who hoard gold have riches for a moment. But those who hoard knowledge and skills have riches for the lifetime. True prosperity is what you know and what you can do. Second law, which will be falling under the pillar of self, is in order to master it, you must create an obligation to teach it. Guys, according to the great spiritual leader Yogi Bhajan, he once said that if you want to understand something, then write about it. If you want to learn something, then read about it. But if you want to master something, you should teach about it. Guys, I'm an avid reader and I've read a lot of books. Now, while I'm delivering my speech over here, I'm shooting 3 targets with 1 arrow. And that is, I'm enhancing my public speaking skills. Second, I'm delivering you the crux of the books in 7 minutes, which it took me 8 to 9 weeks to obtain all that knowledge from that book. And thirdly, I'm mastering that knowledge so that it works in my favor and subconsciously I can apply that knowledge whenever I need it. Guys, one thing which I want to tell you when it comes to teaching is that if you can reduce your concept to the freshman level, that means then only you have mastered a particular concept. That means like if you can teach your concept to even a 5-year-old, then only you have mastered your concept. Otherwise, you haven't mastered it. And guys, I want to quote a beautiful thing for this law, and that is, you don't become a master when you are able to retain the knowledge. You become the master when you are able to release it. So, guys, now I will be talking about the second pillar, the pillar of story. How you can use the power of storytelling and its laws to harness or to persuade human beings to follow you, to buy from you, or to sell your products. Now, there are 2 laws which falls into that, which I will be talking about today. First is use Goldilocks for your advantage. Now, you would be thinking, what's that? What if I tell you guys, this law provides you simple yet a powerful trick to sell your products by not compromising on your values but providing other options as well. Now, what's that? Guys, I want to introduce you a Goldilocks effect. In this, if you want to sell your middle option, that is, if you want to sell your option, place it in the middle. Then you can sell your middle option by providing two other extreme options. I will explain it to you. When I was in Dubai and I was into real estate, so I had a mentor over there. So whenever a client used to call him and if he wanted to sell a particular option, every time he used to provide with other two options. First option was the extreme ultra luxury one. Then second option he always used to take was the cheapest chips one, which comprised of really bad quality. Then after all those options, the last option he used to take was the middle one. And trust me guys, 99.9% of the time client used to buy that option. Now why is that? Because in the client's mind, he always used to think it's a safe bet. Because first of all, it's a cost efficient and it doesn't compromises on quality. And guys, I want to tell you something really fascinating. Our decisions are not driven by sense. Our decisions are driven by the nonsense created through social cues, irrational fear, and survival instincts. Second law, which I will be talking in the pillar of story, is let them try and they will buy. Guys, what if I tell you that the greatest company in the world applies this law? Can you please guess the name of the greatest company, the most valuable company in the world? Most of us use the phones of that, an iPhone. Now, whenever you go to an Apple store, you will see that the phones are inclined like this and they are connected to the power. Tons of apps are loaded and it's connected with the high-speed internet. And you can use it as much as you want. And you also might have noticed, if you haven't noticed, then no salesperson will come to you and will persuade you to buy that product. Right? Now, when you use that product, you have the possession of your phone, of that phone for a moment, and you use it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That means it not only create a sense of possession in your mind, but it also increases your willingness to buy that product. And why this happens is because of endowment effect. Now, what is endowment effect? Endowment effect causes you to perceive the greater value of a particular product which you own than its objective value. So when you have that iPhone in your hand, you might think, how great it will look in my hand once I buy it. And that's when you will make an impulsive purchase. And that's when you will buy an iPhone, when you go to Apple Store. Now, guys, I will be talking about the third pillar, pillar of philosophy. What kind of motivation, what kind of philosophy greatest leaders use to achieve their plans or to achieve greatest things in their life? First law which falls under that pillar is you must outfail your competition. Guys, what if I tell you that this law tells you that if you want to increase your success rate, you need to increase your failure rate. Have anyone heard about Henry Ford? Please raise your hand. Henry Ford, one of the most prominent American persons at his time, the owner of Ford cars. He had one core principle of innovation, and that was, if you want to increase your success rate, you need to double your failure rate. Guys, I want to give you a simple code so that you can understand this law, and that is, failure is equals to feedback. Feedback is equals to knowledge. Knowledge is equal to power, and failure is power. So once the more you fail, the more you will get the feedbacks, and the more feedbacks you get, the more knowledge you get. The more knowledge you get, the more power you get, and the more your ability to succeed happens. Now, the last law which I will be talking about today is always be a plan A thinker. Guys, what if I tell you your biggest hurdle in achieving plan A is actually your plan B? we have gotten wisdom from many young people, many elders, and 99.9% of us have gotten this wisdom that yeah, Mehul, you should always have a plan B. But guys, I want to tell you that this is your biggest hurdle in achieving your plan A. When you only have plan A, you don't have anywhere else to go. You don't have anywhere to go. You cannot go backwards. You cannot fall onto something. The only thing you need to do is to achieve your plan A. And this, guys, will be your most powerful motivational force in order to achieve plan A. Because when you have plan B, you're not that determined, you're not that disciplined, you're not that consistent, you don't have that kind of zeal in yourself to or achieve or conquer that plan A. But if you only have plan A, then you will achieve your goal. Guys, I want to end this with a really powerful quote about this law. Before world believes in your plan A, you should believe in your plan A. And that is by not having any plan B. And this was once said by Will Smith, one of the greatest Hollywood actors. Now, this would be it of part 1. And guys, I hope you use these pillars to lead your life like a CEO. And which pillar you will be focusing from today to turn as a CEO. And for me, CEO stand for C means competency, E means emotional intelligence, and O means optimism. That would be all. My name is Mehul Jain, signing off for the day.